Hey everybody. This is Connor Okuda back with another episode of Sports Live in the 215. Um, Today we'll discuss the um, awful, horrible, terrible, disturbing Phillies and Indians series. I had the pleasure of drinking away my sorrows in this series or drinking away my sorrows about this series in Ocean City, Maryland. So as disappointing as as that series was, um, I was able to kind of mask my pain, hide my anger, and deal with it in a very fun way. Um, let's just say that this will be the first of two podcast episodes today. So I'm I'm giving you guys birthday presents on my 22nd birthday. How about that? That's just the kind of gracious podcast host I am. No, obviously all jokes aside, I love making the content. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying it. Thank you guys for watching and commenting and subscribing. Your enthusiasm and vigor and just your overall excitement about these podcasts really helps me kind of get excited to do them. I really appreciate it. Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you. There aren't enough great things that I can say about this wonderful community that we've created. So with that being said, let's get to talking about this very ugly series. The In the first game, the Phillies lost 3-1, and their only source of offense was, let's see, I believe it was a a Bryson Stott RBI in the fifth inning, and Christopher Sanchez, or yeah, Christopher Sanchez, I thought was absolutely masterful. 6 innings, 3 runs. He he pitched well enough to win that ball game. The Phillies offense just did not did not produce enough runs for him, and if the other team scores 3, your offense has got to score 4. So for the Phillies to only score 1 is definitely disappointing. And Emmanuel Clase, oh my God, I'm gonna have nightmares about that guy for the next freaking 2 weeks. Oh my God, his fastball, his slider, freaking disgusting. Oh my God, I almost crapped my pants watching the game. Jeez. But yeah, the offense was non-existent. The pitching, the pitching was it was solid. Um, I thought Sanchez in his 8 hits he gave up in the 8 hits he gave up. I thought um I thought he was hit hard at points, but I did think he bounced back quite well, and the pitching staff as a whole um, pitched really, really well on, I want to say it was Monday. Um, see, today, what date was July 26, 2024? Friday. My fault. Friday. I completely I mixed that up. Yeah, I mixed up the days, but the pitching staff did well enough, and the offense just didn't produce. And when those things happen, you're not going to win a whole lot of games. When your offense scores one run, unless you have Cy Young or Sandy Koufax or any historically great, transcendentally great pitcher on the mound, you're not going to win a 1-0 game. You're just not, or you're not going to win many games scoring one run. But yeah, I thought Sanchez was as good as he could be, and the offense just was not up to snuff, and that's pretty much all I can say about the first game of the Phillies Indians series. So let's get to game 2, shall we? And before we do, Christopher Sanchez went 6 innings. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but if I didn't, there you go. And the pitching staff struck out 8 guys, so they did their thing, including Sanchez's 2 strikeouts. So there you go. Now, with that being said, let's get to the much better game number 2. In game 2, the Phillies gave the ball to the Bishop Eustace product, 26-year-old rookie Tyler Phillips, who threw a complete game shutout in the Phillies' 8-0 thrashing of the Cleveland Guardians. I still think of them as the Indians, partly because that's what I grew up knowing them as, and I think they'll always be the Indians to me. But I'm not trying to get canceled. I'll call them the Guardians. Don't worry, everybody. Don't worry, everybody. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'll get used to calling them the Guardians eventually, I'm sure. But the offense, after only scoring 1 run the previous day, they scored 7 in the 4th inning and 1 in the 6th inning, and that propelled Tyler Phillips to kind of go into cruise control, and let's check the stats for the young man, shall we? Here we go. So in his 9 innings of work, he gave up 4 hits, only walked 1, and struck out 4. He was absolutely masterful. And oh my God, he seemed to embody the spirit of the late great Roy Halladay. Now I'm not saying he is anywhere close to the kind of player Roy Halladay was. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he had a very Roy Halladay-esque performance in that he was just in command of all of his pitches. And that offense was that offense was absolutely they were absolutely bewildered. It seemed like, to borrow a line from Dodgeball, they could not hit water if they fell out of a boat. Jeez, it was fun to watch that kid. That guy. He really battled his butt off, and I I'm so used to calling young major leaguers kids because I I guess I'm just used to them being older than me, but or like a lot older than me. But yeah, um, the guy really battled, and you can just tell the kid's just living a dream, and you love to see it. Um, and the Phillies offense took took on a pretty good pitcher in Carlos Carrasco, and they freaking beat the brakes off of him. They they took him to the woodshed and just freaking started just ripping him to shreds. Oh my God. And in that fourth inning, it was almost like I was almost saying, someone stop this. Like someone stop the fight. Like throw in the towel. Throw in the towel like it's Rocky 4 or some shit. But or something. I'm not trying to get thrown off of YouTube, but anyway. Um yeah, obviously the kid was absolutely as advertised, and the offense was absolutely tremendous. Austin Hayes got his first hit as a Philly, so that was good to see. And with that being said, man, let's get to game 3. So in okay. Here we go. And then on Sunday, the Phillies sent uh, Kobe Allard to the mound. He was, I believe it was a bullpen game. He went 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 strikeout, and 1 home run allowed. And then following that, the rest of the bullpen only gave up 3 more hits, and and 1 more run. So the pitching staff again did their part, but the Cleveland offense was just a little bit better. And when one team's just a little bit better, especially in the major leagues, that team is more often than not going to win. So yeah, it was a tough way to end that series. And the Phillies only managed 5 hits, so you're not going to win very many games when you only manage 5 hits. So yeah, it was a tough series, and we had to kind of brush ourselves off and then kind of get ready for the Yankees. Yeah, I'll get into this more when I talk about the Yankees series, but yeah, the Phillies just really struggled with timely hitting at certain points. Like they're just going through a stretch where they're really inconsistent. And I don't know what the fix is. Rob Thompson doesn't think that the players need a meeting, and I tend to agree with him. It's a veteran led ball club, and they got to kind of police themselves, and they have to kind of figure their way out of this. All right. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys later today when I record the Phillies Yankees pod. All right, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you for listening, and go Phillies.